right, so for your Animal final draft, one thing that I wanted to talk about, let me make sure this is recording. Okay, we're good. So one thing that I wanted to talk about was there is an option for you to make your drawing a little bit easier. It's going to take a few more steps, but I personally believe in the long run, when you put the work at the beginning, then it's going to make everything else easier in the long run. So it's totally up to you if you want to do it this way. If you just want to freehand your project, that's fine too. But this is going to help, and it's probably going to help you accomplish our goals and our criteria a little bit easier. So this is kind of incorporating technology in your artwork and doing a little bit of legwork at the beginning, like I said, so that it makes it easier in the long run. So what your project is going to look like, or what your folder is going to look like, this is in my resources, so it looks slightly different than what it looks like on your end. But you're going to click the week of 28th to October 2nd. All right. And in your Animal tutorial, there is a link at the bottom. It's called Image Template. All right. If you click that link, it's going to pull up a Google Drawing. Okay. Now, if it happens to pull up the Google Drawing inside of Polaris, you may have to click the blue link in Polaris to open it up outside of Polaris. So if you see my cursor or my mouse, you should see it opened up as a new tab. Okay. Now, this version that you just opened up, this is considered my copy. Okay. This is Mr. Petter's copy of the template. So I can't use this copy. It actually shouldn't let you if you look at the sharing options. So what you need to do is you need to click File, make a copy. All right. And then you can title this whatever you want. You can title it Tyler's. I forget if I have a Tyler, but you're going to title it Tyler's Animal Template. All right. You can save it wherever you want. Click OK. And it's going to pull up a new template. And this is your own copy of it so that you can do whatever you want to this and nobody else is going to see it. And it's also not going to affect anybody else's reference. Okay. So why are we using this template? Well, this template, what it does is it allows us to visualize where each part of the eye should go on our paper. Okay, so if you take your paper, okay, so you take your 12 by 16 inch paper, okay, and it has the four sides. This template also has four sides, and it's roughly the same proportion as a 12 by 16 inch piece of paper. So if you didn't understand that, don't worry about it. So what you're going to do is you need to figure out a way to put your image behind this template. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you need to have your reference, and hopefully you found it on your Chromebook. And you need to either save it to your computer, save it to your Google Drive, or you could save it to Google Photos, which is a really nice option to have because Google Photos kind of acts like an iCloud. So it basically stores your pictures up in the cloud so that really you never lose them. So it's always nice to have like a Google Photos account. It's already linked to your Bearworks if you want to just open it up and try it out. So you're going to go and you're going to find your image. Okay. The cool thing about Google Photos is that you can edit this picture. So if you're somebody that is going to do this in black and white, okay, you could actually change it to black and white using these quick little filters. You could also change the level. So if you want to get the detail to pop out a little bit more, okay, isn't that cool? So you can really make it pop out. That actually adjusts the contrast, so you have lights and darks. You could change the light in your picture. So if you need it to be darker, I would recommend keeping it where it is. So I'm going to click Done. Now this is how I want my picture to look. If you want it to stay in color, like if you're somebody that has colored pencils, I would recommend keeping it in color so that you understand how the colors work. But if you're somebody that's going to do this all in graphite, then I would recommend possibly changing it to black and white. Okay, so pretty cool. And again, it's just this little edit button up at the top. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to my Google Drawing template, and I'm going to insert that picture. Okay, so let me move my face. I'm going to insert image, and I got to go to wherever I have it on my computer. If you have it just on like your desktop or in your downloads, you can go from upload from computer. If you have it stored in your Google Drive, you can click Google Drive. And if you have it in your Google Photos, you can click Google Photos. So I have mine personally in my Google. Oh, there's the cow eye. Okay. I have mine personally in my Google Photos, so I'm going to scroll through here and try to find it really quick. I do have it saved in an album. Okay, so these Polaris videos. Okay, so you should be able to open up the album, maybe. Oh, you got to double click it. There we go. Okay, so there's my picture. And it pops up actually fitting pretty well to my frame, but I don't want it to look just like that. So I'm going to drag it over a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. If you want to keep the picture within proportion, if you hold Shift down, take the top right corner and drag it just a little bit smaller, okay, so that you can kind of see where it's going. You're going to click your picture. You're going to take your picture and you're going to locate it. Does everyone see the teal boxes? So I'm going to take my picture. I'm going to lock it into the bottom left. Do you see how it kind of locks in with those red lines? Okay, and then I'm going to let go. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the eye fills in that whole box. So I'm going to take this corner and make it lock into the other side of the box. Okay. Now, as you watch this video, it might be good to either go back because you missed something and then pause it as you're working your way through this process. So it might be good to just kind of pause and play as you go. But what I'm going to show you next is how to put that picture behind the grid so that it actually, you can see the grid over top of it. So if you right click your picture, if you're a Chromebook user, it's just 2 fingers on your touchpad. If you have a mouse, obviously you just right click it. You're going to click right click, order. Let me move this again. Right click, order, send to back. And now you can see that grid. Okay. Now the problem is right now we have some of our eye hanging off the top. So what I do is while my picture is still selected, okay, I still have my picture selected, I'm going to use the arrows on my keyboard. And I'm going to move this so that these crosshairs, you see where the lines cross in my box? I want it to be pretty close to the center of my eyeball. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. Now, once you have it where you want it, don't click off your image yet. What I want you to do, and this is going to make it like official. You see where my mouse is right up here on the second kind of taskbar? So I'm going to click crop image, and you're going to have these little black tabs. What I want to do is I want to drag those tabs so that it locks into the grid. Okay, so you see how it kind of fades out the rest? So what I'm doing is I'm just making my picture fit a little bit more specifically to the grid. I'm going to hit enter. I can click out of it, and now look at that. So you got your grid right over top your image, and that is all you need for this part of the template. So you're just going to hang on to this. You can keep it saved in your Google Drive. Okay, so I think if you file and you should be able to move it to a certain folder so that you always know where it is. That way, every day in class, you don't have to go through and search on your phone. You don't have to hope for service. You can go right to your Google Drive. You can pull up your reference, and then you're going to draw exactly from this. So you can click this arrow to give yourself some more space. You can zoom in on just one box, okay, because we're going to show you how in the next video how to draw one box at a time, and then you're just going to go from there. Okay, so I hope that helps, and look forward to seeing what you guys can do.